Hi, Judy Allen here with Adventurous Stamping. I am not in San Antonio and I'm not in my normal studio. So today we're going to keep it simple. There's a lot of things going on in our life. I don't know what your life. My mother-in-law is in the ICU unit, and so we are sort of on call. So with that, we are going to do a simple thing, right? Some days we just need simple. And for me, today's a day I just need simple. So we're going to show you, I'm going to show you what I do when I'm simple, and when we do this, it just makes it easier, right, for me and for you. All right, it's just a way to de-stress or try to help you calm or so forth and so on. So with that, we can go down to the hands, and you're going to see we just got a little bit different setup. And I'm going to cover the camera a minute as I go down, all right? And I got to switch this around somehow. Okay, so I brought this out here. I haven't had time to do it yet, but today's a day as good as any other. So if you're out there, I'm going to try to sit up there and say hi if I can. And yes, you're going to get all the sound effects of going live and everything else in the background. I am here. I don't want you to think I'm not here. I'm just trying to pull up stuff if I can. If I can is the main thing. If not, we're not going to sweat it, right? You got a family member in the ICU unit and everything else. It's not a day to stress about things, okay? So yes, it's Greg's mother, and she's in ICU. All right, so this is, if you've never done kits, it's very similar to paper pumpkin and anything else. It gives you everything you need in the kit, and this is a great way for me to just sort of de-stress and stay calm. And I'm just going to make something and follow directions. And that is one thing that I do love about kits, is you can take them anywhere, any place, and just do them, right? And everything's in the box. So we're just going to work from the box, okay? So that's not okay. That's okay too, right? But for me, it's just about let's stay calm. Let's stay busy, right? So yeah. Yes, keep people in your prayers, because I'll tell you, it's caught us off guard. But that's okay. God is good, and everything will be okay. So, there you go. Yeah, keep them all in your prayer list there. All right, so yeah, you may think it's a little early for Christmas, but really and truly, we're not that many weeks away. When you think about it, Halloween is around the corner. We just got through making all those cards. Over 100 cards, and we'll still be making some up until October the 9th. So if you want to add some to it, that's fine. I was just looking to see if I get this straight. I will mail them out on October the 9th. So up until then, we'll still making some. And then there we're going to switch to Thanksgiving cards and Christmas for the kids in the hospital and just Christmas season in general, right? So we're just going to stamp this here. I don't know that they had any bling in here. So you can see I might have gotten a little bit further across, but that's okay. I can correct that with bling. But I am for the next one, if I need to. I'm going to sit there and make it closer, okay? So let's just go ahead and make this card, because I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. So the next thing is we just need to add the trees. So again, this is just all in the kit. And they're just having you add the trees between this right here that we're going to be doing, okay? So let me move some of these out of the way, because we're working just with the green one. Let me set this aside. Okay, we're just going to add the tree here. And I'm going to do something that you've seen me do before. Make sure I get the right tree. If not, right, you don't sweat the small stuff. So even if we accidentally got the wrong tree, we wouldn't sweat the small stuff, right? We would just pretend like it was the original of originals, and nobody would know unless you watched live, right? So I'm just going to stamp this here. And we're going to ink it up. Just somebody asked me the other day, how do I ink mine up? Well, that's how I ink them up, unless I'm using a rubber stamp. Then otherwise, if I was doing this with a rubber stamp, then I would sit there and flip over my stamp and then ink it up the other way. And what I mean by that is some people will flip it over this way and we would ink up. So I leave mine with a part of the papers there so I can have like a flip top and hold on to this. And then this is another way you can ink up. And I usually just do this with the rubber stamps, but you could do it with any stamp, right? But I don't usually. And we're just going to stamp here. We'll get our other tree in here. It's just like trees between trees, right? That's what they get you doing. All right, I'm going to set this aside. Preferably not to get it on anything. Okay, and so now we're just going to sit here and take these. So we have choices. They have these trees here, right? So if you got people in the Southwest, whatever. You might want to use these, and anybody else that's in the palm tree area, you can do that. But I'm not in either of those, so I'm not working on that today. I'm just going to poke out these right here. We're going to take this, as the picture shows us, and we're just going to poke that out like that. And then they have dimensionals that came with the kit. So just pull my dimensionals, and it shows you on here how many you're going to put. So we're putting 5 dimensionals right here on this one. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the trees. So they just have you basically putting this on all 5 corners. So yes, I've been technically challenged today. So that's why I'm actually using my iPhone today, because the computer and the technology I brought with me, I couldn't get it up and going. So, right, instead of sweating the small stuff, because in scope of everything that's going on, that is like small potatoes, right? You just work with it and go with it. So I'm just going to put these on here, and it looks like there was another snowflake I was supposed to put on here. Okay, so actually there is. So they actually have the snowflake on here that I didn't see. I thought it was on the paper or bling, and it's not bling. So that's okay, right? We just flex and go with it. I'm just gonna put it on this end down here. All right, I'm gonna stamp that right about there is where they have that. Thank you. And we'll do that again. We'll just put that right down there. All right, we'll put that right there. That works for me. Okay, now I'm gonna put the stuff on the back of the trees. So they have you putting, on the smaller trees like here, they just have you putting 1 dimensional. And then on the other taller, bigger tree, they have you putting 2. And again, it's just right here. If you can see it on the instructions, they have it. Just, you can see those designs they have right there. So I am sort of leaning over this at the moment so that I can see what I'm doing as I talk to you, because I haven't used my phone in a very long time to do a live. So I wasn't going to sweat it. It's like, you know, we'll just do live and we'll work with it. Because everything's not perfect, right? Life isn't perfect on a regular daily basis. Right, Debbie? It's like you just sort of have to be able to go and deal with things as it comes along. So that's what we're doing. And then last but not least is actually putting the tag on. So there is no bling in this particular kit. So, you know, we have the kits that we've done before. There's no stamping. This one is stamping, but it's minimal stamping, right? But the thing is, they do have you actually, when you put this on here, it's just to put the dimensionals on the top of this one here. It's just because this is lifted up, right? So if you wanted to put one at the bottom, you'd have to do a double layer. So it's just easier just to go put one up here at the top, and it's going to fit beautifully. Just get right there at the edge. And we can put this on. This one actually went over the edge a little bit. Okay, there we go. And there's put it right here. Now, I know this kit didn't have bling, but I have extra bling from other stuff, so I can come add bling if I want to. There's card number 1. All right. So I like this because, right, if you're going through a lot of stuff, this is something I just don't even have to think, right? I can just do, and I can make something pretty that I know I'm going to use in the future. So there we go. All right. So we're going to do the same thing here. They have us putting some stars on here. We're going to do it on, so on all 3 of these, they're using the same setup, okay? They're just changing some of the way the same layouts are. Again, you know, I usually like to at least do what they show you, right? And then if I want to go and make my own alternatives, I can go make my own alternatives. So we're using a different tree this time. We're using the other tree. So I'm going to put this right here because I did not clean that. And we'll get the other one. So I like that you're using all your stamps, right? Because we're going to be using all of our stamps. And I like it because you can go and do this on other projects too, right? Sometimes people think, well, I made my kit, and I'm done, I don't have to use them anymore. Well, you know, go use them again. This will be great when we make cards for kids in the hospital. You know, this will be easy for people to be able to use. And I'm just going to come over here and stamp like this. I eyeball it, right? I don't like get anything out to measure to make sure it's perfect, right? This is a handmade card. We're not a machine. We're just people making a card to give to other people, right? So we're going to go ahead and put this up on our 5 dimensionals. So, you know, the other thing that'd be really nice that you can do is, this has already got a lot of sparkle on it. So I want to show you that you do have sparkle right there on this red part is all sparkle. But if you wanted to, you could add Wink of Stella, right? Wink of Stella can be added to anything. And then all we gotta do is stamp Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas or whatever. So if you had friends or anybody that has never done this before and they wanted to do it, then this is just a great, easy way for them also to be able to make a card. But if you're somebody that makes cards all the time, it's also a great way just to make, like today, I need something that's just a little easy, not very taxing, something that I enjoy, that I know I can do and give. And this one has Happy Christmas, but you know what? I'm going to use Merry Christmas. Because I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever told anybody Happy Christmas. I think I've always told them Merry Christmas. So I am going to keep the Merry in here. I'm just going to tighten up how far apart I have this. That's all you do. That's how easy it is. And then we're just going to stamp this. So see, you don't even have to follow the directions now. So I'm just going to do Merry Christmas. I can do Happy Birthday or Happy something else, right? But for Christmas, everything I always send out, I always say Merry Christmas. So I'm going to stick with that. Okay, and then we're going to just turn around and put this up on blings. It's again, we got to get our trees on here. So we're using the red tree here, which has got a lot of sparkle. And the green tree over here next to it that's got sparkle on it already. Oops, I punched that one out accidentally. That's okay. All right, so we'll get these guys on. And you know, the smaller ones only have 1. And the larger one's going to have 2. So just putting it in the center. Let me move this out of the way so I get my directions here. So right, so you can see I didn't necessarily get may or may not got my tree in the right spot, but I just sort of eyeball it, right? I'm not going to measure it. I'm not up for rocket science here. I'm just up for making a card that I know I can give to somebody. Whether it's for children in the hospital, whether it's what I send out my regular Christmas card. I don't know about you, but I send out roughly 100 plus Christmas cards each year. All right. So my goal is that I am not making Christmas cards at the nth hour. Not to say I haven't done that, but it's not my goal, right? Okay. So I have to say I did pretty good last year. So if you can make them a little bit every once in a while, that helps. So again, you want to put this on the top because we've got the different height right here, right? So the way this is going to work is if you just put this up here, because we're looking for height, that gives it dimension, right? That's why it's called dimensionals. And we'll just put it right here. And then you'll see how this just comes right nicely right there. Okay? So that is card number 2. All right, card number 3. So see how easy this is? Just makes it because you can take it with you on the go. You can do something as you're sitting there waiting. And that's where we're at. We're in the waiting mode. When people are in ICU, you're in the waiting mode just to see how things are going. So that's okay, right? It's about family and being together. So again, they did this one warm wishes. I'm okay with warm wishes. It's just I'm okay with using warm wishes on this one. So I'll do that. Let me go ahead and stamp that up. I'm going to take this tree off here and get warm wishes on here. You know, some people say, well, how can you do this? Well, you know, it's just one of those things, you do what you have to do, right? If I have one block, and I'm going to center this. I like to center mine. I'm going to get closer too. So that's how easy it is. You just sort of lift that up and move it however you want it. All right, so we're actually doing this one on a very dark green tag to match. So if you notice, they've alternated colors, right? Light and dark. So this is a light tag on dark cardstock here that they've already done. Red wasn't, so you can see where this one is like dark. This one may seem a little dark, but it's definitely lighter, right? So we can stamp this one up. Okay. I can do more mushes. I just can't say Happy Christmas. It's got to go Merry Christmas. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this on. And then we will have made 3 cards. And that's what I told you today. It's just keep it simple, right? Some days, or at nighttime, if you're trying to unwind or you're trying to relax or keep other people relaxed, you just sort of have to sort of keep things simple. Is it perfect? No. But nothing's perfect, right? So it's just to keep it simple. Keep us occupied. Oops. Or sitting around. And that's all we're going to do, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll get our trees. So as you can see, making the 3 cards, you're basically using one of these here. I didn't look to see how many cards this made totally, but that's okay. We'll check it out in just a second. Again, now these are just having 1 dimensional each card. So we'll give it a little height. And then we'll get our Merry Christmas on there with a little height above it. And that's what makes everything stand out really nice, right? Oh, I didn't stamp my trees on here. Okay, we're using the big tree this time. All right, I'm looking at my block and see what I'm going to do. I will make it happen, right? Where there's a will, there is a way. Let's see. I'm going to do that right there. All right. You don't have to do as I do. Do whatever's easiest for you, right? So at the moment, this is easiest for me. So I'm just working with it. So when I ink it up, so you can think, well, how do I manage to do that? Well, I can see the ink, right? Let's see, I got that lower. So let's see what he's right now, because I've gone back later and I've already got everything on dimensionals. It's just going to be a little bit harder. Okay, it's okay though. I was trying to think if I can cover that with a tree, or I might can come back with a blending pen and color that. I've been done to do that too. So that's an option. I might get a blender pen and make that work for me. Okay, that's the problem with stamping on something that's already got dimensionals. But I'm not going to sweat it, right? Okay, so we're just going to get these on here. I was wondering if I could put it just right there. Let's see. We'll see what we can do with that other tree. All right, I'm going to just put this right here. And this one here, I'm going to put over here. Okay, and then last but not least, we'll put this tree here and we'll see what it looks like, right? Okay, yeah, I'll just use a pen. I will go and get my blender pen and I'll color that in. So if you're wondering how I'm going to do that, hello, Lourdes. Let me get a blender pen and I'll show you how we're going to do that. I think I do have one of those, or I may not. Yeah, I do. I bought one. Okay. Wasn't sure. I had a little bag. I put stuff together. So, okay. So when you're going to do like I'm going to do right now, I got stamps everywhere, but it's okay. All I'm going to do is capture the corner right here and get some ink on it. So you can see I got a little bit of ink on the corner. And then all I'm going to do is take this right here and scoop up some of that ink color. And then I'm just going to come in and just sort of fill in a little bit of the blank. Is it going to be perfect? No, but it's going to look better than it did, in my opinion. That's just because that's what I want, right? Because I'm looking at this other tree over here. And I'm thinking, look at you, and look where I am right here. So I'm just going to keep on coloring that in. I don't think I'll be able to do all of it, but I can at least get some of it in, right? And I can come down and I can just blend that cross coming here too, so it all looks about the same. And if that bothered you about it, then just come over here and do the same thing here, right? And just have the same look. That's how you sit there and you have opportunity for creativity, right? That's just what you do. Nobody knows the difference. So, there you go. We have our 3 cards. Oh, we do have to put this on here. I'm so concerned. I see the other opportunity, but I'm not going to dwell on that because nobody knows the opportunity was there unless they watch the live, right? And you, because you're here. So I'm going to put this right here. And we can add bling. Like I said, bling didn't come with this kit, but that's okay. I have plenty of bling, plenty of leftover from other kits. So that's not a problem. So here are the 3 cards we made just from this kit today. They're just very simple, right? And we're able to put that together. And I'll let you know. So they actually, if I put everything together in here, I would have a total of 9 cards, right? So I just at least want to show you this, and I'm going to probably finish mine up later and everything else, but I at least want to give you 3 to show you how we can do something simple. And I'm going to flip the camera there over for you just a moment there. So I think I am. I'm looking for my camera. Okay. And there we go. So I just wanted to show you, hello, Lourdes, just something simple, right? That you can do no matter the circumstances. And you know what? It's just being there for other people, right? So that's what we want to do, is we want to be sure to be there for other people, all right? So with that, be blessed, and I will see you next week for Keep It Simple or Step It Up. And just depending on how things go will depend what we do next week, all right? So be blessed, and go out there, create, share, and give, and make a difference in someone else's life. Be blessed. I'll see you next Wednesday with Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Judy Allen here. Bye.